There should be no ara in this stream. Also, give me a second, I need to set some things that I realize are not correct. Okay, that should do it. Okay, I don't think I can hear any of the streaming starting soon audio. It's never been that way, but so long as it's playing and you can hear it, then it's alright with me. Okay, everybody, welcome to the standard stream. My name is Nincobra and I am playing the Great Ace Attorney, so let's just jump right into it. Um, is the Elgato not getting any audio? What the heck? Wait a second. Am I not getting any audio from the music? Let me see. Okay, there we go. Okay, everything seems just fine for the audio. Okay, I'm a little bit late. 20 minutes late, I'm sorry. But I am ready to do some more not Phoenix Wright, there's no Phoenix Wright in this in this Ace Attorney. But today, we are heading straight into Chapter 5. I am so excited. I've been enjoying this game so much. So I can't wait for us to begin this game. So a few things before we begin. First of all, a drink. Okay, I think I'm becoming addicted to this. I should put it on the bottom. Come on. Okay, first things first. I'm getting too much of a taste for streaming and odd hours, and while I will still stream more often than not, I will. I want to keep the regular streams times, and saying that of the regular stream times, next Thursday will be a bit of a weird time. I probably will be streaming later than usual. I would stream normally at 1 Pacific. I think it will be around 3 Pacific on Thursday because of work. And it's going to be a smaller stream, maybe an hour-long stream. We'll see, because usually I want Thursdays to be like the big stream day, like, bigger than normal. But we'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. Anyway, uh, there's that. Tomorrow at 5 my time, that will be 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. I will be doing my second hangout because my first hangout was just this morning. My second hangout with Gobi, aka Blazing Aura. We will be playing some Among Us, and I don't care if the game's old. I don't care if people say dead game. Let's just let's just enjoy and have some fun. We're playing Among Us with Blazing Aura and a lot of their friends, and hopefully we're gonna have a lot of fun. I don't know how long we're gonna go for. Maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. I don't care. We're just gonna be playing until the cows come home. Um, so there's just two things. Third, I am I am looking into bringing yet another thing I want to play. I know a lot of things in my plate. I should probably focus on the games I'm actually playing, and once I finish those, implement something new. But something interesting is that I've been rediscovering my love for randomizers. Just this week, I was playing on my off time. What was that game? Oh my gosh, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I have that on PC and I have it on Switch. Don't ask me why I have the Switch version. I know it's the worst version ever by a long shot, but it's still kind of fun, and I like the randomizer, so I put up with it. I'm thinking of doing randomizer mode, not just for that one. I definitely will do that for one stream. I can do that within 3 to 4 hours, so that's one stream. Um, a randomizer for that. I'm also trying to think of doing randomizers for Metroids and Zeldas and other games. There's actually a very interesting randomizer I would like to try, and that's a Super Mario Bros. 1 randomizer. Yes, there's a randomizer for Super Mario Bros. 1. It is insanely good. Yes, randomizers are coming soon, and I'm thinking is that I have 4 games right now on my plate: Greatest Attorney, Psychonauts, Final Fantasy X, and Bug Fables. So as soon as one of them is done, I might just like sneak in randomizers after that. Otherwise, I still have the plate of games I want to play. For example, there's Metroid, Metroid Dread. Oh my gosh, I have a lot of things to say about Metroid Dread throughout the course of this game. But Metroid Dread is definitely happening on October when it comes out, and we'll see what other games interest me. But yeah, that's kind of my plans for the time being. So let's begin this game. What am I looking at here? Shh. The Hound of the Baskervilles.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical Hound of the Baskervilles."
Curious. Okay, our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience, we were first thrown. In that disconcerting courtroom experience, we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Suzuki San's terrible ordeal that had followed close behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So, life in her little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Oh dear. It's in April 15th, 9:13 a.m. Naruhodo's legal consultancy. Oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Oh, it looks very homely. I like it. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Suzuto-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Suzuto-san? Yes. It's time for to leave Kora already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? No, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So, shall we go down to Mr. Sean's suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once her bellies are full, we can leave for court in fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Here we go again. Poor Susato. She has cabin fever. She wants to get into a case so quickly. Okay, you know what? Okay, first of all, look at my armband. It means a great deal to me, you know, that you cherish his armband so and wear it each time you appear in court. Well, it is very important to me too. It's what shows that I'm a lawyer. And when I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength. Through Kazuma. I absolutely can't be without it, especially now when I'm at a critical point in the trial. But just the other day, I noticed you wearing it when we went to visit that park. Sometimes I forget to take it off. You're a lawyer. Lawyer up. Do the lawyer things, Mr. Lawyer. So let's converse a little bit. Yeah, what was that about the telegram, lady? So, what was that about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Susato? Sorry, but you're not gonna get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram. But that's 3 times now that she's trying to fail to convince me it was nothing. So you're gonna tell me now? I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. So, have we heard of Mr. Soseki? I suppose Suzuki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after the terrible ordeal. I mean, I would too. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him, don't you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have become of Suzuki-san had he stayed in London, so? You mean, as regards London 6, the Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into significance in that case. Oh boy, let's talk about the Reaper. If you haven't known about the Reaper, one thing before we continue, this is case 5 of the first game. If you really want to go into this thing blind without spoilers, I suggest you stop. Like, you stop now. I 100% understand that you stop if you want to stop watching the stream, because I completely understand. By the way, before we continue as well, I want to give a big shout out to Harold Hermit, who gave me a follow. He gave me a follow after the stream was over. when I went on my raid, when I raided Bitner Games, Harold Hermit gave me a follow. I know he's a legit person. I know Harold Hermit is great. I've talked to them a lot during their streams. They're great. And if they ever come here to my streams, they are more than welcome. Thank you for the follow, Harold Hermit. That brings up to 14 friends. Now, if I could get, how many would that be? 86 more friends? I would be so happy. I'm trying to get to 100 friends. Please, if you like what I do, please let your friends, your family, your loved ones know. Bring them here. And, a follow is incredibly appreciated. Thank you so much for supporting me and all that stuff. And let's continue. The Reaper. So what is it they say? That no one who stands in the dark can be safe from the Reaper, right? Oh no! Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. You don't mean... Even 2 months on, the cause of the dreadful fire is still a mystery. I think we're gonna learn that today. In this case, I mean, not today. In this case. Yes, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means... that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps? Let's hope so. Otherwise, please show me that, because I am very worried. Please show me that telegram. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently Lord Van Six hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. I have a question. Did Lord Van Six get out of his retirement just to be on our other side as a prosecutor? Like, what the hell? Oh? Yes, since Sasaki-san's trial, he's withdrawn for judicial service again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in our court at all for several years. Yep. It's just been me who has to face him in his recent. So it's just been me who has to face him in his recent spate of trials then. Just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. I mean, it should. I'm sorry, what? What was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Alright. We got no new evidence. Let's examine this Let's examine our new dicks. I hardly ever do this, and I want to look at this. This must be the telegram. Let's see. No, you mustn't look at that! Not under any circumstances! Alright, I won't! I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. Then put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. Sheesh. Nothing about the latter, though. Oh, this place is cute. And is this my desk? Only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already. You could tidy up once in a while. Zozo-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. Ah, he got you good. No, she got you good. Ryunosuke. She wins. But I'm supposed to be lawyer here. It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Now, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time and Iris' unique herbal infusions. This place is paradise for a true tea lover. Yep. Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? Yep, I would say so. Wait, is this what I think it is? So this is the tea. Oh, the tea set. This is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. So she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Oh, come on. You're breaking her heart. See, it's a drink to be enjoyed, Naruto-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know? I don't like to see you screw up your face, though. She thinks of... What's this? That spade has been in here since we started renting the place. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruto-san. It's a shovel. I'm sorry. What? No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up... It's a shovel. I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. Hey, it's back! In spirit! Oh, what the heck is this? Ah, the Daruma doll I brought with me from home. Still with only eye colored in. I started coloring the other eye once I won my first court case in Britain, but you have won, haven't you? Twice, in fact. Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. I tell you what. Why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? Oh, that's gonna be so adorable when that happens. When it happens, because it's probably gonna happen. If you insist. When it happens, because we know it's gonna happen. Alright, let's move to this side. Do you know, I've never seen the inside of your room there, Suzuki-san. I've never even peeped inside. I should think so too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. Whatever you say, young maiden. Yeah, Ryunosuke, you should not peep into a young lady's apartment house room. Yeah, you should not do that. That's not good stuff. We were rather lucky to find out all the carrion left behind here. The prawns that we put in there are doing rather well. And the anemones too. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea, behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great though, is it? Yep, and guess who has to do it? That's right, Ryunosuke. I think we explored everything there is to explore. So let's move downstairs to talk to get some breakfast. I'm hungry. Well, I'm not hungry. Well, you know. April 15th at the Sholmes Suite. Oh boy, give me more water. I need some water first before doing this. Morning, Bruno. Morning, Susie. Good morning, Iris. Iris? What is it, Bruno? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. I know. Yes. You noticed that, didn't you? Really isn't the best in his best friend this morning, it seems. Sholmes? What's wrong? Hello. Sholmes? Hello, Mr. Sholmes? Good morning. A good morning to die, perhaps. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? What's wrong with him? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Damn this blanched existence! That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. Oh, the adorable little kitty! Oh, look! It's Wagahai. Wagahai? Good morning, boy. Oh, so adorable! So cute, little thing. Ah, there must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get there? Well then, everyone. Time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die. I knew something looked different. Wait! Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes. Everything's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk! What's wrong with this dude? Okay, dude. Feel better. Look at my armband! Mr. Sholmes, could I ask you your opinion about this? You lure me to raise my languid head from the promises of mental exaltation. Yet in my morbid depression, I am confronted with the most mundane of problems. Oh. My mind finds greater stimulation in the unforgiving monotony of the floor than in your miserable offering. Yeah, wow. My gosh. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with this? Always glad to help, I guess. Oh, my head weighs heavy on my shoulders. Always glad to help, I guess. Yep, I guess always happy to help. So, shall we talk to them or shall we... Let's examine. I don't think we're gonna get out of him. But we'll try. You seem to be very happy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Smelly sun tones would make flowers bloom. It would? I mean, it would! But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddess of music has thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever, no more recitals of unbridled emotion. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to... sorry, don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the odds are fickle. One day they bestow you genius on a man, the next they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh, dear. Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin for me, what is left for pity's sake? What is left? I'm not sure. Okay, deduction perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Yeah, it's like, come on, man. You can do this. I believe in you. Mr. Sholmes? I don't like to pry, but... your desk looks rather empty today. Well done, Miss Susato. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh, no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into significance when compared to yours. Oh my gosh! Just confess already! You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Hurley's great oscilloscope? That's a windy bank now. I'm sorry, is that a windy bank? No, windy banks. The pawnbrokery. Oh no. Pawn? You mean you pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservedly. But isn't it a very important machine for your work? do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear madame, things are far from desperate. But if the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine, how can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. Is it? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? To illuminate us, Mr. Sholmes, how does it work? What do you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to the pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily throughout the week. And then on Saturdays, they get to recover their things using the money they've earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So whether we have something that's being in the way, we leave it at Winterbanks, you see. A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers were different here in Great Britain? Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? And that's why we're in this situation. What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. So I'm to assume that you... Let me see a second. I'll talk to you now. You pawn whatever was here, and you can't have it till Saturday. And that's why you're so... Oh my gosh, you're such an idiot sometimes. Look at Mr. Shulk's test. It's completely clean. Is there another machine usually in it? Yeah. We can never hope to understand what goes in the great detective's mind, is that, Huddle? Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. That's scarily plausible, actually. Yep, sounds about right. Oh, a bunch of books and stuff. There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't even end up feeling that the whole lot is not going to... It's going to topple at any moment. Oh, it's such a charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it? Really? Really? You're gonna do that to me? Just looks messy to me, like my desk. But you, Mr. Naruto, must learn to tidy up after yourself. No favoritism here, then, of course. Of course, not at all. I think we're done here. Let's just... Oh wait, we still gotta examine. No. Okay. Oh, we never seen her side. Let's go to the center real quick. The heck is this? The fire's burning comfortably in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at that photographic print of a lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. Oh, how exciting. Is that supposed to mean something to me? Oh, I found I got a achievement. Can I see my achievements? No, let me see. Nope, I have to wait until I'm... Okay, that's okay. Oh, this chest that has the tea set. Looks like a huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy with an equally sturdy lock. Mr. Naruhata, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous. How did you come to that conclusion? Yeah, I'm sorry. You're never gonna get away with that, Naruhodo. I'll talk to her last. These are all the mementos Mr. Sloan's past cases, I think. If he had involved in my If he had been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from La Carnival would have been on display here. Probably. Trying to remember which was from the second case and which one was for the third. Well, third and fourth case. I think he was involved in both of them as well. No, for the fourth case. I don't think he was involved in the third case. A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing man, a puzzle Napoleon. Ah! What an entrancing collection! It looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me, rather like what's on my own shelves. Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo. No favorite things in there at all. What are you talking about? I keep pressing the wrong button, sorry. This is where Iris notes on ideas, isn't it? Let's see, what does it say today? Ah, the Boscombe Valley Mystery. How intriguing! It must be the title of Iris's latest work. Oh my, I wonder what fantastic tales awaits us. Susato-san looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine. Yeah, she's 10 years old, but she's still very into this mystery novel, so of course. Iris's beautiful tea set is here on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me relax when I'm feeling the strain. The English pastime of tea has many similarities to our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it. That's the essence of tea. Yep. I gotta say, this looks pretty cute. Honestly, all of Iris's things look very cute and adorable. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. But there's paper already set up for the typewriter. Look, it says she's about to start. That reminds me, when he mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed. Oh, yes, Mr. Natsume. That's what I'll be doing too once I come back to Japan, he said through tightly clenched fists and teeth. Oh, you mean like, this is what I'll be doing once I'm back in Japan? Yeah, I can see him doing it. Yeah, her side of this place looks so adorable. Like, she knows how to keep things very well kept. Like, this would be a nice desk to have. I would love to have a desk like this. I say as I look at my own desk, which is fine on my own on its own, but I need something like this, something like that. I need something like this. No questions asked. Alright, let's talk to Iris. So, however you pronounce Wagahai, let's go. Let's go with Wagahai. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled in to his new home then. Oh yes, and he become very attached to the little Waggy. It would appear his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their meows as empty as the hearts of the muses. Oh come on! Look at that! I wish I could have a button to like take down this so I can take a picture of that, but there's no option. Like Y is for history. Yeah, but doesn't. It turns it up in like a fraction of a second, but it doesn't. Did I do it? I need to check. Give me a second. I need to check if I did. Yep, got it. Just in time. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna delete the other ones. It's just so adorable. Just look at them right there. If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I don't know, Iris. I expect he would take him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. I hope you're talking about food poisoning and the like, because... Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable. It's just so adorable. I'm sorry. Oh my! I can't. Yes, he really is. Yes. What about the door, though? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main room before. Where did that come from? Oh, you notice? You are observant, Bruno. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention. I am concerned. That looks like a gun. What is that? I call it the cat flapper-mat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? Oh, that's right. You can make a cat flap with a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't that be quicker to just make the cat flap rather than just making a machine to make the cat flap? Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. What's happened to the cat? Oh, who's that? Waka hi? Oh, what's going on? Cat? What was that? Oh no! We're gonna tangled up in your violin. Oh, I think he needs a toy. I think it's a toy. No, what's he doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Sean's precious violin. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I. No. Mr. Schultz really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where he lives, shall I, Hurley? Out of the cat's reach if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Okay. Let's just see where the thing is right now. Well, let's assume that the violin had isn't any danger, right? Is this the violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari. Oh my gosh, a Stradivarius. This is like, okay, quick thing, Stradivarius is one of the first things I've ever known in my life that were collectibles. Like a collectible item that is worth a ton of money. A Stradivarius violins, like obviously Antonio Stradivari is long since dead in the real world. So if you could find a Stradivarius in good repair, it would cost you a pretty... In fact, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to search it right now. Okay, Stradivarius violin. Okay, how much? Oh no, sorry. I'm sorry. How much? Okay. No. Okay, no. Apparently, there are many. There are many Stradivarius. But the Messiah Stradivarius is considered the most expensive violin globally with a value of approximately, ready for this? $200 million! If I had one, I would be done. I would be set for life. And it seems that... Okay, since there are about 650 Stradivarius instruments left in the world, that's why they're so... Because they were so well made, handmade, and they're usually about like millions. Like, I just saw, let me see. Okay, in 2011, a Stradivarius Violin in pristine condition. Oh my gosh. Sold for 15.9 million. And then another Stradivarius in 2014 for 45 million. Well, minimum bid of 45 million, but yeah, it just keeps climbing. Millions upon millions. I was thinking that maybe they were worth like 2-3 million. Nope, they're worth too much. Holy moly. If I just had just one Stradivarius, I think I would make a lot of bank. But of course, I'm not a musical guy. And what the heck is this? Oh, good. That's a good thing to know. Um, but yeah, that is very. That is very interesting. All right, let me just. I'm sorry, I was busy with something, but we are back. Hopefully. So yeah, Stradivarius, extremely valuable. So the fact that a cat just went and like did that to a Stradivarius makes me, it hurts me. I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. Oh my gosh, Ryunosuke! I happen upon it, covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you! And until today, he had been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there any reason to live in a world devoid of music, to tolerate this blanched existence? No! I actually agree. A world without music is a world not really worth living. Which is why music is the spice of life, it's the beauty of life. There is none. Hmm. Mr. Sholmes? What, dear madame? What? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? Huh? What do you mean, Miss Sato? This is right! Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. That's not all. There appears to be no crack I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, isn't it? Oh, what's this? What's this? Sorry, I'm trying to get to his voice again. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. Yep. Of all the things that I have learned in when I was a kid, for some reason, I was drilled the fact that there are four different types of instruments similar to the violin: the viola, the cello, and the bass. So yeah. What? And he's down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, he's back. You're right. You are quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what, pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then. I see what must have happened. You do, Iris. This is just a simple mix-up. Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Oh, she thinks she knows the thing. Okay. Just like, hey, I'm here. Ask me. Ask me. You know what? Why the heck not? Let's ask her. So, what's with the mix-up? And I think it has something to do with the pawn shop. Tell us. So what do you mean by a mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this violin... sorry, this viola, I mean... was at Windybanks until last week. The pawnbrokers! Not Mr. Sean's beloved musical partner. There is a proverb from the East, with which you are not familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed. So you send your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in hope that it would experience personal growth? What a wonderful idea. Not quite. I would never do that to something that I consider very valuable, you idiot. Last week I pawned my great analyst cup in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear that Mr. Windybank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the whole timbre of this piece of timber. No, but your very sense was deceived by the fact that it just has strings. Exactly. Pshaw. That's fine, state of affairs this is. I just realized one thing. Here a second. I've been streaming all this time under the old style, so I need to change the styles. Sorry. I realized that I didn't have these things on. Let's fix that. I'm such a good streamer, of course. Completely forgot to put the Ace Attorney look in the back. I remember, main game. One thing I want to do, the main game gets a special background. That's why this is a thing. Alright, let's continue. What is it? And that's what I always say, Mr. Naruhodo. Never trust a pawnbroker that will try to fiddle you every time. Didn't you just say just a minute ago? But earlier you told us that you could think of a pawnbroker as an entirely secure vault. Exactly. He's being an idiot. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toes with that wagging aspect? Pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed of your own conduct, considering the urgency in which we are faced? Okay, he's back. We must visit Mr. Windybank's crockery at once. That's right, I said Mr. Sholmes. Precisely, Miss Susato. Without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to fresh your eggs even more obtusely. Alright, say no more. Let's go then. And he gulps it all down. Don't worry, Reno. I'd be happy to hear that for you again later. Thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker looks like. Alright, I guess it's time to move. Nothing else to do here. We have two locations. We can go back to Baker Street, Boston London Street, which can be found in Mr. Shaw's office, and Windybank's pawnbrokery. Also, it's not really that far from here. There's a large park nearby too, and we got the pawnbrokery. So let's go to Baker Street. Let's see what we can find in Baker Street first. We can't even... Okay, we can examine, okay. Okay, so this is where Mr. Sholmes lives. It's already been 2 months since we started taking luncheons here in Sholmes' office. Still can't quite believe it. I never expected things would turn out like this. Oh, I know. Sorry. To actually be sharing accommodation with the world's greatest detective. If I ever find myself before a court of law now, I will have not one regret. I don't know what you're talking about, But I'd be happy to defend you, of course. I hope. Okay, there's nothing else here. Let's just... Okay, so this place is closed. There's nothing happening here. So is this the pawnbrokers? There's nothing else? Okay. Look at all the different things in the window of this shop. Ah, that's Windibank's, the pawnbrokery. It looks much smarter than the pawnbrokers in Japan, doesn't it? Yes, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather inapproachable personally. It reminds me of a tearfully pouring with my favorite fountain pen. I felt so miserable. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, you're right. I just want my thing back. Okay, I think that's all we can do here, but... Let's go into the pawnbrokery now. Oh, this looks quaint. Windibank's pawnbrokery. With the name Windibank, I am concerned about who we'll find here. So this is a British pawnbrokery. Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I'd never laid eyes on before. You live literally 2 houses away from here. Weren't you even curious to look at this place? I would've. Ah, Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can't you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this? Yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. Again, 2 houses away from you. My dear fellas, let us not forget why we are here. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly Mr. Sholmes made business too, judging from the spark and fear in his eyes. Those are some boxing places. Also, stop throwing punches at Susato. You're not getting any favors. Ah, Mr. Sholmes, sir. Welcome back. Do you hear the praise and welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo. It's time to inform Mr. Windibank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. Okay, sure. But first, shiny things to explore. Let's see. Oh, what's this in the bottom? What are you doing, Master fellas? We are here to browse for interesting curios. We're come to teach this broker a lesson. Oh, but there are just so many fascinating items. It looks as though we'll have to talk with Mr. Windibank first before you can explore in here, Miss Susato. Alright, let's talk. Mr. Windibank, sir? Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes. This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windibank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. Anything to say for yourself, Windibank? Oh, I'm so very sorry, sir. A utterly unforgivable me and an inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Whoa, no, okay, no, stop, no, look, we can resolve this, just put the gun down, please put the gun, oh my gosh, we can resolve this, like civilized gentlemen, we can resolve this, just put the gun down, please. Sholmes, I don't think that will be necessary, do you? If I just say one thing before I pop off. Yes? It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item for the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch a violin when I heard, here it is. You did? And when I returned to controvert you, you had taken the violin and left, sir. You did, didn't you? Oh my gosh, Holmes! What is wrong with you? However, there can be no doubt that the blade lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to live. I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine. The fault is mine. Please. Lower your gun. Thank you. Thank you. It would appear that the fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windibank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Sherlock Holmes without that questionable disposition now, would it? I do believe you may be right, sir. It's either laugh or cry, I suppose. Yep, that's what I say. Better laugh, because if you don't laugh, you'll be crying. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. This happens often, doesn't it? I need to remind you of the peculiar collection of items you brought through my door in the past. Oh? Peculiar items? In the extreme, madam. For example, the unpublished manuscript of the eponymous book, a little work, the novels of Sherlock Holmes of some sort. Oh my! A new full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean? Oh, forgive me. Wait, before you die, you must tell me more. Lower the gun, please. This guy. You must know more. Tell me everything. Wow, so the sun is really fired up now. Is there really an unpublished story on the Dictionary roof? Well, one day the gentleman here brought an old metal chest, you see. Should I like to entrust this to the cute? Be careful a while, Mr. Windibank. For a chest like that? 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more. It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Dude, you could just take the manuscript, publish it, make some money. What's wrong with you? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this? I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then calmly continue to store my belongings. Securely. Oh, of course, sir, of course. They'll be safe and sound with me, I assure you. All my life. This is all very strange. I'm already... come on, guy. Just lower the gun. Anyway. What's the deal with this pawnbrokery, though? I wonder, could I ask you about something? A gentle man from the east, I see. A stable suit, I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Or, without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? But for your splendid attire, man, I am 5 guineas, no less. 3 colors are exquisite, the colors are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say. Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? Are you serious? Do you know what he's trying to tell to you? It's trying to tell you, sell me your clothes, aka red flags all over the place. How interesting. Why do I feel I thought I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping you'd ask about your business. I've heard you said that pawnbrokers are used rather like banks here in London? Oh yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them an appropriate loan and 2 months of secure storage. If in a time they repay the rental sum to me plus the agreed interest, the items are happily returned. But what happens if they don't pay you the money? Then the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelf behind me. So you never sell items before the 2 months have passed, then? That's right, madam, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense for me is to end it all. The very idea, Mr. Windbag, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually. Says the man who was telling us it was a good day to die this morning. Exactly. And let us not forget that I have already helped you to take measures to ensure that such a tragedy never occurs. What sort of measures? I engineer a simple device which Windbag has installed here in this shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Windbag? What was that deep sigh about? Okay. Dude, what happened to the Red-Handed Recorder? So what on earth is a Red-Handed Recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are two just below the ceiling. I see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. It is indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you. Oh? Oh yes, a print of the camera set to record activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image, even in darkness. Do you know how much that would sell for in that era? We're in the 21st century, and it's still difficult to make cameras make pictures in the dark look good. Well, at least, customer grade cameras. I know there's like high quality, like professional cameras and movie set cameras that can shoot in the dark, no problem. But that is amazing. Really, that's extraordinary. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look. That's gonna come a piece of evidence, wouldn't it? So you see, when someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed. Except they have a 30-minute window if they know that thing's a thing. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Oh, Susato, why are you me right now? Indeed, as you say, my dear madame. Then what if the incident were to occur in between times? One could only say. That would be a cruel twist of fate. Dude, robberies can happen in a matter of seconds. Go in, grab the money, get out. Less than 5 minutes. A lot of people could rob this place blind and you can never take a picture of it. I mean, the intent is right, but the technology is just not there. I must confess, your devices have been given some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Windbag. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It is the cost of the film, sir. You must graciously place no one but 2 cameras in my shop after all, which means I must pay for a night on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. Wow! Every day, 200. No, 100. Gosh, no. Oh wow. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older. I mean, that is true. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, the verge of an age where safety and security come at a price. I have a lot of questions about that line. Oh my gosh, you. Oh, heaven help us. Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return to your precious violin. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Windibank. Perhaps this might mark the end of my peculiar items to try up. Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer. I really think you should try to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not. Sorry? I've only loaded a single bullet. Not one but myself could possibly be harmed. That's not really what I meant. All this is sounding like information coming from a potential case. Good day to you then, Mr. Windibank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes. So, Mr. Naruhado? Now we can explore at last. Okay. Finally. We can talk to him later. But for now, let's start for where we were. Look at this. Whatever it can be used for. I have no idea. There's a small catch just here. Look. Uh-huh. We're going to open it. We're going to open it, aren't we? And... oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism. Which we'll never manage to put back the way it was before, isn't it? What are you two doing? What? Nothing. Nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. What about this thing? Now, what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does? It seems to have two little windows for looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you're looking at is a stereoscope. A stereoscope? Fascinating! It is aptly named, I assure you. You look through the eyepiece and see for yourself. I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment, I will just have a look. Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. Wait, why cross-eyed? Wasn't this designed for you to be able to watch it even without being cross-eyed? However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today. Alright then, I'm gonna try it. Can I see? Can I? Mr. Naruto, you must see! At once! Alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed. Like I'm trying to look at my own nose. Let me guess. This is one of the things that would look yeah, this is one of those things that will look amazing on the 3DS, wouldn't it? Let me see. Oh. Okay. Yeah, oh my gosh, my eyes. But if I can somehow... yeah, the effect is that if you can somehow effectively cross your eyes enough, then there will be a third image in the middle that will look in 3D. So of course, I'm pretty sure if you were to look at this in the 3DS, it will be just one image that looks 3D. But you know, in order for you to show the case this, they just did this. Two slightly different images. I'm gonna take a picture of this. I want to try this later on, but on my on handheld mode, that would be much easier to do. What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People are queuing for hours to see them. Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic? It's not black magic, it's just some optical illusion. It is no magic, my dear madame. It is, well... far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. In other words, he doesn't know. Oh. He doesn't know how 3D works. That's fine. It's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th of April, today's date. Oh no, it's tax day. Oh dear. Yes. That's not for sale, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern style page today calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Windenbank. And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before? Well, when the Creed Storage Bureau has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see? So have to keep a close eye on the date. You're something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say. Sure. Oh yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. Yep, and that's how you keep a calendar. There's other things here that could be considered evidence for a potential case. But we'll see with you, because we're not in any case right now. What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine. Those are forfeited items, offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn or colloquially pop an item, the broker loans you money against its worth. He stores the item for a agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale, at a price of his choosing. Ah, yes, now you explained it, I'm noticing a little price tags and everything. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period for safekeeping. So, you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never. It embodies my student spirit. Yeah, you tell him, Naruhodo. We are not giving away this thing. Grandfather clocks? Look at this. Look at this lovely big shiny box bee. That, my dear madame, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country. Oh my, yes, but I certainly never seen one so large before. Shall we listen a while? Oh, yes, please. It's a shame it doesn't move. Ah, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. She would love to hear high-fidelity music nowadays where we can actually listen to whole orchestras through these headphones of mine, for example. Never had anything quite like this before in my life. This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside in which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. My goodness, what a simply delightful machine! Indeed, so their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace. Yeah, I mean, well, when I'm all in gray, I'm gonna be able to say I lived in a world without internet, and you guys... Oh my gosh. You have internet in your... You have internet in your cerebellums. I just can't imagine a world like that, but it can happen. Technology is gonna leave me behind, isn't it? Okay, enough existential crisis. Let's continue. What? Only 2 pence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it. The article is barely worth a penny, miss. Barely, miss. I cannot offer more. Oh, so we were just looking around while he was doing business. Okay. So there's an agreement brewing over there by the counter. Come on, that can't be right. Have you ever had a butcher said it? I've seen all you need to see, young girl. Oh, I know who this is. Yep. Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Oh yes, it's a young lady. From Matilda's trial 2 months ago. Yep. This lady. Oh, I'm doing Matilda again. Oh, do I even remember how to do Matilda? Her name is Lydia the Straight, my lord. She's a chancer, and a cross amongst like crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Oh, goody. Hi, Gina. How are you doing? God damn it! You lot! You still have that thing. Hello, Mr. Strad. Hope you're being well. What? You remember me then, do ya? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what are you doing in here? Down... Oh, going out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Got the pop back whistle, sorry, coat. Have ya? What is this about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Ah, good day. Unless I'm much mistaken, you would be the young people who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Mr. Sholmes! So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Winterbank on your behalf. Oh, pull the other one! I don't need help from some stuck-up D! Get out of my business! Go on! Or I'll make trouble for you! As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence. Huh. He's really done it. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What is that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc? Hey, you! Go on! Leave me alone! Oh, Mr. Strade. Just pretend we aren't here. We shouldn't be offended in the slightest. Suzuki-san can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Oh my gosh. Well, Gina, we haven't been able to do this before, so please, what do you think of this? Will you have a look at, that's strange. Where's my armband gone? She just went and swiped it. What's the problem? There's nothing wrong, I suppose. You're looking for this. Yes, but how? And when? And how again? Got a talent for it, haven't I? Diving. That's bordering on black magic. And it makes what I was about to say about my... And it makes about what I said about my armor just a little dull. So, what do you want to tell me about it, huh? You know what? Let's just, you know, forget about it. Look at Mr. Winterbank watching diligent over his shop. There's still so many things I'm curious about. I don't believe this is the time for browsing, Miss Naruhado. We should probably see what the argument's been what argument's been resolved yet. I mean, so we can't check anything until we talk to Lestrade. All right, let's talk to her. The pawnbroker's customer. All right. Somehow I didn't really think you'd be the sort of person who use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well, I am. All right. I am alone, and that's just like everyone else. Not a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... I get it. I know what you were thinking. That thing probably didn't belong to her. Probably got in the dive, did she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your shabby and can't even talk. Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not gonna deny it, Miss Naruhado? Honest is the best policy, they say. Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pound things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how to best answer that, really, suppose, some things. You're not gonna deny it either, Mr. Strade? But not this time, alright? I swear, nothing belongs to me. The disc that Mr. Winterbank is holding? Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Alright, let's talk to her. Let's talk to Winterbank then. So, what about the disc though? Mr. Winterbank, what exactly is this metal disc that Mr. Lestrade was brought in? seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on his surface. Oh, this is a music disc, you say? For use inside a music box. In a music box? Like that one? What? You don't even know what a music box is? You're still not ain't so savvy, eh? I know what a music box is. I just never seen one of these discs before. The small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune that we played at by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going. And beautiful music plays. So incredible. Tell us, what tune is on the disc? Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. Ah, I see. And what's that's international. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny. That's a packet of lies! He told me he did. He said it was, well... Wait, what? He? Who? Never mind. Just invite us all. That this is worth good money, I know it is. Well, then you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, don't you think? So, do you know Gina for some reason? She's been in here before, of course. This little tad of Demelian. I see. And for some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me! So, is there something dubious about the dish she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry, what do you mean? What she's actually brought in was a storage ticket. A what? Storage ticket? So... Mrs. Straight actually has come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Realize me has a lot of stuff Walt needs storing. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. Would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest. He was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windybag. Bank. A little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed. Ah. What? What's wrong with you? If Vince does not, I mean, it's mine. Of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this? The disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree to a price. I see. So this is a new thing. I'm confused. I thought you said that Mr. Straight brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat which you returned to her care as I understood it. That's right, yes. Rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean... What? But you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it? Ah, you mean this thing? Yes, exactly, ma'am. And she immediately tried to pawn it? For quite a high price as well. This is already suspicious, I think. Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. I tried to give her a more younger voice. Mrs. Straight, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me. It doesn't really appear to be your size. Me old man said it. It's me old man saying it. Is it Mr. Straight? Yes, this is definitely rather suspicious. But I guess we can't do much more about this, right? Out of my way, please! Who the hell are you? Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. So I should probably not give him that much of a... What's your problem, then? Let me see. Kind of. There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. Somewhere of this... I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. Look at them. They look so similar. Is that her dad? Is that Gina's dad? That would be very interesting. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't been talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know. You know out the waiting line. Well, maybe they're... Actually, no, I don't think it's just that, but no. Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Who are you? How do you know who I am? The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems. Oh. What? You mean from you? Broker. Oh, yes, sir. I believe this big pocket fish. I believe, no, I'm sorry. I believe this victim pocket thief had just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, the article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my. Oh, now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me my Bible card, you rascal. And needless to say, any music box this too. No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's. Or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Nodohado. This is a very awkward situation. Yes. Also, who you're gonna believe, the pickpocket or the gentleman? It's like... I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Okay. So... this case is getting thicker and more interesting. So, I guess the thick of what's gonna happen has to deal with Gina Lestrade, the pickpocket, which means I need to come up with a rather good voice for her. As it stands, however, we're gonna call it a stream here. I believe that we're gonna do some other things later on, so I wanted to make sure I could at least stream a little bit. Tomorrow, I hope to come as early as possible to stream a little more Ace Attorney for about 2 hours, perhaps. Remember tomorrow at 5 my time, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. We're gonna have a hangout with Blazing Aura playing Among Us. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking around, whether live or in the VODs. I am thankful for all that. My name is Nincobra, and I want to say, have a wonderful, wonderful day. And just like that, I want to throw a raid to somebody. Oh, yes, definitely. We're going to do a raid for that. We're going to raid Book Fan Geek. Let me just set it up to raid. Yeah, let's throw her a small little raid our way to Book Fan Geek. Okay.